Thanks for joining us for part 3 of a series looking at the REL Midwest project, Early Warning System Implementation in Minnesota and Wisconsin, an early investigation. I'm Sarah Rand with the REL Midwest team. In part 1 of this series, I spoke with Sonica Dhillon and Megan Norris about this work so far. Both are REL Midwest researchers. In part 2, I spoke with Jared Knowles, project partner and research analyst at the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction. Today, I will share some insights from our conversation with John Gimpl, another member of the Dropout Prevention Research Alliance, who is a state implementation specialist at the Minnesota Department of Education. Currently, about 1 out of 5 public high school students who enter freshman year do not graduate in 4 years. Minnesota and Wisconsin have taken on the challenge of addressing the high school dropout problem head-on by developing statewide early warning system initiatives. Sonica Dhillon shared her thoughts on why this work is so important.
Focusing on dropout prevention is key because we're trying to make sure that everyone has a fighting chance to be successful. And in the long term, it will be economically beneficial to the U.S. And potentially more globally.
We talked with John about what the collaborative process working on this project has been like.
Yeah, it's been really helpful. I transitioned into this role right about the time where we started conversations about this project, and that's when I became a member of the Dropout Prevention Alliance, and it was really helpful for me to talk to others while I was trying to learn everything I needed to know about transitioning into the role of the project lead on this at the department. So talking to other people and seeing what they're doing, and then just in the process of having to talk about it from my perspective really was helpful in me learning as much as I could.
John particularly appreciated the opportunity to gain a broader perspective on early warning systems.
It's been really nice having a national perspective on this because I really only knew about it from the Minnesota focus before I transitioned into this role. And just knowing that our neighbors to the east have a similar initiative but do it very differently. It opened my mind to questions like, well, why are we doing it this way, and how is it helpful that they're doing it that way, and which way is really going to be the most efficient and the most beneficial to our schools. So it really helped us to look at it from different lenses. And so in our kind of trying to create some steps moving forward, we're really trying to figure out what are the best next steps and trying to prioritize where we want to focus our attention. So that was really helpful.
John said that this project has been helpful to learn about survey development in general, and his team has applied lessons learned at the Minnesota Department of Education. The ultimate goal for John is to increase graduation rates across Minnesota. REL Midwest is grateful to have the opportunity to support John and the Minnesota Department of Education in this important work. I asked Sonica, one of the researchers on the team, where this project is headed. Here's Sonica.
So following administration this November, we will be working in collaboration with both Minnesota and Wisconsin to review the survey findings. And once that has been done, what we'll do is we'll produce a report for both these states. And the content of this report, obviously, will review the results. But more than that, it will also include a plan of action for the state to consider. So based on our findings, this plan of action will provide some targeted guidance on what things each state might consider doing to help refine the tools and supports that they have at the state level.
Sonica reminds us of the main goal of this project.
So the ultimate goal of this project with Minnesota and Wisconsin is to really help both of these state education agencies understand how their statewide early warning systems are being used and implemented more specifically within the schools that they serve. This information will hopefully help both these states understand or make an informed decision about how to refine the tools and supports that they provide at the state level to ultimately help get more students to graduation.
and getting more students to graduation is certainly an important task. Thanks so much for listening today. This podcast is the third in a series that will follow this project from start to finish. Stay tuned to learn about this important work. Learn more at www.relmidwest.org. For REL Midwest, I'm Sarah Rand.